Fall to your knees and obey Darkseid.
Let's take a moment and break the ice, so my intentions are known.
Hello everyone, my name is a Cowboy 2011. Today I'll be going over my Darkseid guide. Before we get into it, we gotta explain some things first. If you look at your PS4 controller or Xbox One, I will not be using square, triangle, X, circle, X, Y, A, B. No, if you look at it, the left button, your left face button, it's either square, X is going to be 1. Triangle, Y is going to be 2. X and A is going to be 3, and B and circle is going to be your 4. And of course, your meter burn, your R to your right trigger, yeah, it's going to be your meter burn. That being said, if you don't know what a frame is, I guess that's the next thing. You're going to need to know frame data for this game, and it's going to make everything a little bit easier. Know what you're going to be unsafe, safe, and whatnot. So since Injustice 2 is running at 60 frames per second, that means one frame or one picture is a frame. That means there's 60 pictures in 1 second, and there would be your frames. If you're negative 3 frames, that means you're negative. You can't move for 3 frames or 3 pictures where the enemy can, if that makes sense. If you're plus 10 frames, that means your enemy cannot move for 10 frames while you're allowed to move. They cannot do anything. They have to block and whatnot. We're going to be going over some of this frame data because you're going to find out some things are very unsafe with Darkseid. But you'll notice that you're going to be a high risk, high reward. Anyways, let's get started, guys.
Any last words? Shoot yourself and spare me the trouble. I'm not taking requests.
So Darkseid has 2 main combo starters. That's going to be part of your arsenal that you're pretty much going to use whenever you can. That's going to be back 1, up 3, and down forward 3 in the air. And of course, this would be his, I believe it's called U-Axis and Doomstop. But they are very unsafe. Back 1, up 3 is negative 13 and can lead to a full combo punish. Down forward 3, his air stomp is negative 30 and can lead to a full combo punish. Knowing that, you're going to have to use a lot of commitment to Darkseid. There is no, I'll do this, and if it gets hit, I get a combo, but if it doesn't, I'll be safe. He doesn't have that. You have to commit to what you want to do. That being said, now we move on to his trait. His trait consists of 3 minions. If you push 4, you get a flying minion, known as Larry, as I like to call him. Hello, Larry. If you push 4 again, he will spit out a fireball. If you summon him again and push forward 4, he will fly forward, covering the top half of the screen for about a little over half the screen. And of course, his throw, he actually spits on him. Then after that, you do the regular throw. This will give you more damage, and it'll put him on cooldown. Next up, we have Bob. Hello, Bob. I fucking hate you. When a Bob is out, he has 2 things also. If you push 4 again, he becomes an overhead. Doesn't matter where the opponent is, it is an overhead. If you push forward 4, he runs across the screen. He can even be off the screen, and he'll run all the way across the screen and dive to hit the opponent, but he will not jump up, he'll just dive forward. Then after that, we have his throw. Whenever you throw someone, it does a hard knockdown right in front of you. If you want your opponent up close to you, this is the way to do it. They will not be going anywhere. Last but certainly not least is Jerry. Hello, Jerry. And you can achieve him by pushing forward 4. He only has one thing. He doesn't have a forward 4 to make him do another thing. As soon as you push 4, he dies. Okay, Jerry just died. Goodbye, Jerry. Now meet Gary. This is Gary. Once again, push 4, he dies. But if you throw, it leaves him in a pop-up state, and you'll need this for combos in future reference. Of course, Gary just died. Or was it Jerry? I don't even know. I go through so many of them a day. And with that being said, this is the start of what you guys need to know.
I will trap you as I did Shinnok.
That false god was a weak fool.
Next, we'll be going over Darkseid's 50-50s. His first 50-50 you can do is a jump 3, down forward 3, that would lead to a stomp. Of course, you can do a jump 2 and do a stomp, and that would be an overhead to a low. The threat is if you do a jump 2, then a back 1, you have an overhead to an overhead. This is going to force the opponent to either guess or do a fuzzy blocking. After that, after the back 1, you can do a down back 1. This is your low laser, so you got an overhead to a low. You can do a 1-2 back 1, and that will lead to a high overhead or low. So if they think it's going to be the back 1, they're going to duck early, get hit by the 2, then after that, get hit by the low laser. Your next one is 2-2-3. This is a string, just 2-2-3. The last hit is an overhead. Of course, you can change it up by doing a low laser at the end, and this will create an overhead low situation. Notice that the low laser is unsafe, or the overhead is negative. I can't remember, but it's pretty safe, where you can block and they cannot punish you.
Darkseid is supreme. Yes, I am.
Next up we have is Darkseid's plus strings. He doesn't have too many plus strings. In fact, he only has 2 and 1 or 3. I guess if you count the special move. His first one is back 1-2. This is the overhead to a push. You are plus 2. You are able to block. And sometimes you can actually fuzzy guard him with a low laser or do a laser if you think they're going to jump. His next one is 1-1-2. This is going to leave a nice, like, has a good hitbox at the end. It's going to leave you plus. And of course, you'll be able to block. If they block it, they will not be able to punish you. His next one, this can actually be done at the end of any string, is his back forward 3. This is his knees. You'll have to meter burn it though, because the regular one is not safe. But this will leave you plus, and you can try to poke out of it and whatnot. Next up we have is his straight safe strings. That's going to be his 1-1. His 2-1. His 2-2-3. And his forward 2-3. These are safe strings. You are not plus, where you can push a button after. You're considered safe. If you both push a button at the same time, they will beat you. So you can block, so you will not get full combo punished. Pretty simple, pretty easy to remember. The frame data for each of these moves should be on the screen, if I remember to edit them, which I will. Next up we have is Darkseid's wake up attacks. He has 2 wake up attacks. First one is his back forward 3, and this is his knee. It has some invincibility frames, but if they are far enough away from you, it will not be invincible. It is also not safe on block. You have to use the meter if you want it to be safe. His next one is down forward 2, his palm strike. I believe palm blast. I don't remember. It has a lot more invincibility frames, but it is a high, and it is unsafe on block, and you cannot meter burn this one to make it safe, unless you're against Aquaman. And he has to get hit by the first one, then use his trait, then it makes you a plus like 10 if you meter burn it. But these are his 2 wake up attacks. Sometimes it's better to block or backdash, but these are his main 2 wake up attacks.
You collect when you should vanquish.
I collect knowledge, not power.
Without power, knowledge is useless.
And now it's time for his bread and butter combos. It's about time we got here. I didn't think we'd get here. These are the combos I usually use most of the time. That's his back 2, up 3 meter burn. It's going to put them in a pop-up state. You're going to get a back 3 on them. You're going to do a jump 2, jump 3. Then as soon as the jump 3 hits, you're going to do a down forward 3 to finish the stomp, finish the combo. You're going to get some decent damage. His other opener, of course, is down forward 3. You meter burn that one. It's pretty much the same. It's actually the exact same thing. You're going to do a back 3, a jump 2, a jump 3, then a down forward 3 to finish the combo to get the most damage out of it. Okay. Then I have a 2-bar combo, and this is really just to kill if I think I need the extra damage. And it can only be done with the back 2, up 3 meter burn. You're going to do a back 3. You're going to do a jump 2 again, a jump 3, a down forward 3 meter burn it. Then you're going to do a jump 3, down forward 3. And it's going to give you a little bit more damage, but it might be the damage you need to take the game. So use it whenever you see fit.
All the realms will submit to Darkseid.
The Elder Gods will stand against you.
Your toothless serpents cannot stop me.
Next up we have is Darkseid's corner combos, and this is where he has a lot of options in the corner. So we're going to start off with a jump 2, back 1, up 3 meter burn, and then after that you can do a forward 3, a jump 2, then a 1-2. Okay, and then after that, this is where the options open up. Of course, you could have done a jump 2, down forward 3 meter burn, forward 3, jump 2, 1-2. It's going to be exactly the same. So let's start off with the exploding minion. Okay, so you're going to do a jump 2, back 1, up 3 meter burn, forward 3, jump 2, 1-2. Then you're going to do a forward called the minion. Whenever this minion is up, you have a lot of options. Let's first do my go-to corner combo. That's going to be a 2-1. This is going to make the low hit. Down back 1, which is your low laser. That's going to pop them up. You're going to do a 4. That's going to keep them in the air. Then you're going to do a 2-1 again into a down forward 2. This is going to give you a lot of damage. No meter, no anything like that. This is a setup. If they do block it, your exploding minion can come in from your or explode it after you're down back 1, and this will make you safe rounds. You can recover and they cannot punish you. But say you don't do that. You have the exploding minion out. Same thing. 4-3, jumping 2, 1-2, call the minion out. You have another option. If you think they're going to block and not push a button, throw them. The minion will explode, and you can do a forward 3, jump 2, 1-2, 3-1. And this is going to be the most damage that you can get out of it. Or you can do after you throw them, you can do a forward 3, jump 2, 1-2, and then after that you can go into another setup. What setups will those be? Those will be the teleport setups. Okay, so let's just do the regular thing like you just did. A jump 2, back 1, up 3 meter burn, forward 3, jump 2, 1-2. Alright, now you're going to do a teleport right after your 1-2. Whenever you do this teleport, you don't go anywhere. It is just to make them think you went behind them. You do not go anywhere. Okay? So you're going to do it all over. You're going to teleport once. Remember, you didn't go anywhere. You're going to do the same teleport, which is down back 3 again. And then you finally got on to the other side. This makes them wonder where the hell they're at. Okay, you're going to do a neutral jump into another teleport. This is going to put you on the other side. Alright, then after that you can go into a jump 2, back 1, up 3, and you go back into it just repeats itself. Or a jump 2, down forward 3 for overhead low. But you do have another option. Say they're pushing buttons and you can't get that jumping teleport to come off in time. Well, we gotta fix that. So you're gonna do the same thing. Forward 3, jump 2, 1-2, teleport once. You're not going to go another teleport again. You're going to go on the other side. Then you're going to do a meter burn forward 3. They're going to hit your armor, and you're going to get them a nice combo. You're going to do a jump 2, then you're going to do a 1-2, and then after that a grab or square or a 1-2 together. So it's going to be like 1-2 and throw, 1-2 or push 1-2 together after the first 1-2, if that makes sense. Sorry. And that will put them back into the corner. Now, what's the purpose of this this setup? It has a couple purposes. One is, depending on the character, it reverses their wake up because they think they know where you're at, and they do the wake up and they don't get it. For example, is a Swamp Thing. If he does the branches where he grows, and you do this on him, more likely it will be reversed and he'll get green thumb where he's grabbing the air. You're not going to be there because you already did an instant jump teleport to punish him. Another one would be Cheetah. You do this to her, and it doesn't reverse her wake up, her like upward claws. It doesn't reverse them. But you've teleported fast enough to be on the other side of them. So she's now doing it, her wake up, but going away from you. But since you did the jump teleport, you're on the other side, and she cannot recover fast enough to block after her missed wake up. You punish it. That is what this setup is meant to do. This teleport setup is just to mess with their minds. Okay. His next one is a flying minion. Flying minion does have a couple of of combos I have. I don't really use them that much because it's better to go with either the teleport setup or the exploding minion setup that gives more damage. But we're going to go over it. So you do a jump 2, back 1, up 3 meter burn. Forward 3, you're going to do a down 2. Okay, your uppercut. You're going to just push 4 to summon your flying minion. 1, 2, 4 to make it spit at it. 1, 2, down forward 2 to get the most damage. The minion was only there, literally, he started in this combo, he ended in this combo. There's no setup, this is just damage. Not the best damage if, well, it is the best damage if your other setups don't land, of course. Out, and you have to have really good execution on these runs. Okay, so your flying minion's out, you do a back 1 up 3 meter burn, or you do a jump 2 down 4 and 3 meter burn to get them up in the air. Okay, you're going to do a forward 3. You're going to do a jump 2 to a teleport. That's your down back 3. Whenever you do this, you have to push 4. This is going to make your minions spit at them. Okay, you're going to then, coming out of the portal, you're going to do a jump 1 to make sure they stay up in the air. Then you're going to do a 1, 2, L1 or your throw to put them back into the corner. Okay, if you want them back in the corner. But say you don't want them in the corner. Okay, say you don't want them in the corner at all. You just want the damage. So your flying minion's out. You get it started. 4, 3, jump 2, teleport, shoot make the minion shoot to make it come out. Do a jump 1, 1, 2, down, forward 2, and that's going to give you the most damage with the minion. It looks really nice, but the only problem is you're in the corner now. But you got a hard knockdown and whatnot.
Your Lin Kuei cannot match my parademons.
To think so demonstrates your ignorance.
To think otherwise seals your fate.
So next we have is his mid screen setups. He does have quite a few. This is all the options and whatnot. So you start off with your regular bread and butter combos. Back 1 up 3 meter burn or jump 2 down forward 3 meter burn. You're going to do a back 3, a jump 2, but you're not going to jump again. You're going to do a standing 3 and do a forward 4. Whenever you do this, you're going to summon your exploding minion. You're then going to do a teleport. You're going to do a down, or sorry, teleport. You're going to do a 2-1. This is going to hit them low. Then you're going to teleport again and push 4 at this relatively close to each other. The time on it is quite lenient. If you do it right away, you'll make the timing a lot more hard. You can wait a little bit, but what this does is the game still thinks you're on the right side or the left side, so it tries to make them explode away. But since you teleported, they're actually flying towards you. Alright, so then after that you could do a 2-2, and then after that your L1 or your square triangle, or your 1-2 together to get the string where it's usually how I end it. But there's a more damaging way to do this if you have the meter. So you're going to do the same thing. Okay, back 3, jump 2, 3, into forward 4, teleport, 2-1, teleport again, make the minion explode, do an instant jump, do an instant stomp, that's your down forward 3, meter burn it, back 3, jump 2, jump 3, stomp him again. This does a lot of damage, and if it all hits, it does some major damage, and it's actually just a 2-bar combo. They just have to fall for the setup. But say you've done this before. They ain't going to fall for it. They're going to be holding down because they know that low laser's coming. Okay. Well, with the exploding Minon out, we're about to throw them. So you're going to throw them, it's going to make them pop up. You're going to get a back 3 out of it. Do a jump 2, jump 3, stomp on them to get the most damage. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking gas. This next one is just to get Bob out. Okay. I call the other one, I didn't even call Larry by his name. I'm so sorry, Larry. You're the only one that works with me. But this is for Bob. This is to put him on the screen mid-combo. And then after that, keep the pressure going. So you get a, same way, jump 2, back 1 up 3 meter bar, or jump 2, down forward 3 meter bar. Okay? You're going to get them in the air. You're going to do a back 3. Then you're going to forward dash. Whenever they're coming up here, you're going to do a down 4, back 4. Or down 2, back 4, my bad. This is going to be an uppercut. This is going to put Bob right beside you. Then you're going to go 2-2 and your throw button. And then after that, you're going to go into this. Bob is still on the screen. He is behind you. Okay? He is behind you. Now, if they are close enough, you can make Bob dive in to make an overhead while you do a stomp. This will create Bob coming in from the overhead while your stomp goes. It's a little difficult to time, but if your stomp hits first, Bob will just hit you off the animation. If Bob hits first and you do the stomp, you're getting some good damage, and of course you can meter burn it and keep going. Your next option is, if Bob is out, is to go in and you can do a back 1 up 3. You know, and usually that, if they block it, you're in trouble. But if you send Bob out with a forward 4 before this happens, he'll start running from all the way where he's at to the opponent. So if your up 3 is blocked, they still have to block Bob. Since Bob is already in the process of running, it doesn't matter if you get hit, he will still keep running. Of course, if you think they're going to block the back 1 up 3, you can do a down forward 3, which is your stomp, and if they block that, they still have to block Bob. Okay. Next one up is the mid-screen teleport combos. And of course, this has the same idea it does in the corner. It is here to mess up their inputs. There's ways to get out of it. But if they are always waking up, say Supergirl or Swamp Thing or Batman or something like that's constantly waking up, or, you know, this is how to do it. So, back 1 up 3 meter burn, or down to forward 3 meter burn, your choice. You're going to do a forward 3. This is going to put them up in the air. You're going to do it down 2, then cancel that into a teleport. This will put you on the other side. You're going to do a 2-2 to teleport. This will put you back on the other side. Then after that, you're going to do a instant air teleport, and that's going to put you back on the other side. This is where they have to make sure they have the right input in the right direction to get the right wake up, or they're going to mess up. Does that make sense? It probably should. So once again, Swamp Thing. If he wants to do the branches to wake up, and you do this on him, and he gets it wrong, he's doing a green thumb in the air, and he's not going to hit you because you have to be on the ground for it. And you're doing a nice combo punish to him. Alright, Vixen will not hit you. Instead, you're just going to have... Vixen, in fact, will actually do a move. She'll actually hit the air. She won't get her wake up or anything like that. Firestorm is the same way. If he's looking for his, like, fire burst and he does this, he's just going to get a standing 3. And most of the time you'll beat him, but on the other side you might not. It's kind of weird with his hitbox. And this goes for everyone, where Sub-Zero will get a weird knee move and whatnot. Superman is the only one if they have reverse impulse to cover, for instance. Darkseid is one of them. If Darkseid is waking up with Force or Palm Blast, his other wake up attack, and you do this onto him, he's going to do his air Omega Beams up, and that's going to lead right to you. Not good. Superman's rising, if he is constantly doing the breath move as a wake up or rising grab, whenever you do this, he'll get the other one. So if he does the rise and grab mostly, he'll be doing the breath. If he's doing the breath mostly, he's going to do the rise and grab. Both of them beat Darkseid in the air. And he'll push you away, or he's going to take you up, and then after that, get a little combo with his air lasers. Alright? Okay.
Your suffering will be immeasurable.
Still got 9 lives to spare.
9 lives to torture.
So next up we have Darkseid Full Screen, which you actually have one of the better projectiles in the game. And that his is Omega Beams. His down forward 1. It can be done on the ground, in the air. Your down back 2 is angled upwards. Just make sure, like Brainiac, cannot get in the air. Of course, he could have just jumped up and done a down forward 1 in the air. But there are some people that you do not want to get close to. Cheetah, Catwoman, people like that you want to try to keep out. Even though it's really hard to keep them out, you can keep them out and make it really fun for them to block stuff. So the first example, we're going to summon Bob out. That's back 4. Hello, Bob. Okay, so if you push 4 on Bob, like you guys remember, he becomes an overhead. But if you do a down forward 1, your Omega Beams are a high. If you meter burn it, hold down, they become a low. And then after that, if you do 4, Bob is coming in on the overhead side. So this depends on how far they are, who you send out first, and what you do first. So if you do a down forward 1 meter burn down, then send Bob out, more likely the low will hit, then Bob will hit. If you do it the other way around, more than likely Bob will hit, and your Omega Beams will usually miss full screen, or if they're close enough, they will hit. If they both hit at the same time, it will count as a mid, and they will just block both. That's how it's justified. The next thing is, if they are in chip range, you summon Bob. Okay, you can jump up, do a down forward 1 to cover the air, and do forward 4. This will make Bob run. Bob is covering the lower half of the screen. Your lasers covering the upper half of the screen. There's nowhere to go. If they jump, they're getting hit. If they try dashing because they saw you jump, Bob's getting them. You know, so you're covering the whole screen with Bob. Good job, Bob. Now leave. No one wants to see you.
I am challenged by a mere child.
My god, Rao, will protect me.
There is no Rao, only Darkseid.
Last but not least is of course Darkseid Super. Darkseid has one of the most unique supers in the game. What do I mean by this? So you're going to do a super, but what makes... If you just do a super, it goes across the mid-screen. It'll just go straight across after it's done, going up and over Darkseid. But what makes it unique? The fact that you can control the lasers is what makes it unique. That's right, you can control the Omega Beams. If you push up, they're going up. Down, they're going down. Left, left, right, right. Right up, they're going right up. Left, left up, they're going left up. Left down, they're going left down. This can create some tricky situations for the opponent where they thought they were safe, but they're not. For instance, they're in the mid-screen, you do your attack. You make it go up, then you make it go right to go right over them. They think, oh, he missed. What a dumbass. Then, since they're off screen but they're still on the game, you push down and left, and then after that you've just made a U-turn and they're coming back. If they've done their super, if it's something like Swamp Thing, they're still getting hit, yours wins. If it is Robin where he's like, oh, I can do a bird ring, yours hits and they're going up, and then after that we're going to smash him. And it's a great feeling. He can actually protect himself if you think like, no, like I don't want you to touch me. If it's say someone like Cheetah, you can make pretty much a wall in front of you. It's like, yeah, come get me. Come get me. Of course, then after that you can move it forward to take the chip damage on them. But if they do jump, you've made a wall. Just constantly going up and down. They're not going to be able to do anything about it, you know. You're safe. And that concludes my Darkseid guide. Notice stuff is always being found every day. Maybe there's some better ones out there, but this is the stuff I normally do use. Of course, this is with the patch of the December 2017. He has not changed since launch. from right now, which is actually pretty crazy. He might have changed. If you're watching this way later on, they might have messed with his frame data. Perhaps he becomes safer on stuff, or more negative on others. That would be a nightmare. But if that does happen, you'll have to adjust to it by your cause. But I don't think they'll be changing him, because how negative he is, he's a high-risk, high-reward character. You have to commit. Like I said at the beginning, you can't do like a back, or you don't have a string that if they get hit, you can combo it, and if they block it, you will be safe. Darkseid doesn't work like that. He has an overhead or low. If they are blocked, if they guess right, if they read you, you're getting full combo punished. And he has a high health with low defense, which is pretty much going to be the same damage to all the other characters. It's going to make it look really bad. So anyways, guys, this was a Cowboy 2011. I hope you found this guide helpful, and I hope your inner Darkseid comes out. We need more gods. Okay, we need more apocalypses. We need it. I don't see that many Darkseids on mine. The only ones I see are like Echo Weaves and Nyx. I actually just recently saw another one, I can't remember the name, but there's not that many Darkseids online, and most of them that I do see don't know how to play them. They just try to zone with them, and he does have combos. So yeah, anyways guys, this is the Cowboy 2011, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Just for that, I was gonna do that. We're gonna do it too. Wait, what? Whoa, wait, hold on. What happened? It missed.
Darkseid wins.
That clearly missed. What was that?